All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pilates Fundamentals. My name is Carrie Oxford, and today we have some live bodies in the studio, and so I'm wearing my mask. Hopefully, you can still hear me and I'm not too breathy. Um, let's go ahead and start standing since it's right at 10 o'clock, and we'll do our usual warm up. Joseph Pilates was a firm believer in footwork and being a Minnesota native and wearing boots, going from boots to sandals, I agree with him. So we're going to feel the bottoms of our feet by rocking forward and back, forward onto the ball mounts, back onto your heels, and just feel your feet. As you rock forward, you'll feel the bottoms of your bones of your feet kind of spread out. And when you come back into your heels, you might feel that arch lift. Let's do one more all the way forward without losing your balance and all the way back onto those heels. Then land halfway between those 2 points. You're right on the center of your foot. Roll your shoulders up. As you exhale, narrow through your waist. Pull those shoulder blades down. Actively reach for the floor. You want to be in yoga, they call this mountain pose. So if somebody came up next to you and pushed you, you wouldn't go anywhere because you're firmly rooted into the ground. Start pulling the carpet apart between your feet. Lift the crown of your head to the ceiling and push the ceiling up with your chest. Inhale, feel that expansion of your ribs in all directions. Exhale, lift up through your pelvic floor, narrow your waist, and actively pull those shoulders down. From here, we're going to inhale, start folding at your hips, reaching back with your sit bones as your arms go forward. Exhale, pull an imaginary rope behind, and then squeeze those hands. Inhale, sink into your heels, your chest stays high. Exhale, pull and squeeze. Inhale and exhale through your mouth. So you're like this bellows as you bring it down, exhale, everything comes in, and then you get a little expansion as you sink down. Nice and slow. We've got 5 more. Inhale and exhale. Track those knees over the ankles in line with the second toe. 3 more. Keep the abdomen firm. And exhale. 2 more. And last one. Bring it up. Bring your arms out. Bring your heels together, toes apart, one fist width. Get that nice lift in the chest, narrow your waist, squeeze your legs together, squeeze your heels together so they're touching. And again, we want that mountain pose energy. Breathe in. As you exhale, narrow your waist, float up onto the ball mounts of your feet, squeezing your heels together at the top. Slowly come down for a 4 count. Inhale and exhale up for 4. Hold at the top and squeeze for 4. Slowly lower your heels for 4. Inhale, exhale up. 2, 3, 4, and hold and lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale up. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze and hold. Bring those thighs together. Chest is lifted and slowly lower it down. Bring your hands, stack them so that the right arm is over the left arm. You're going to squeeze opposition, pushing them together, activating the shoulder. Chest stays high, ribs stay connected. Slowly bend your knees so they kind of externally rotate, and then squeeze, come back up. You're plying down like you're sliding down a wall, and exhale, squeeze, pull your kneecaps up at the top. Inhale to lower, and exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze, switch the arms, same thing. Opposition in the arms, they're squeezing together. Bend your knees and straighten. Inhale, everybody looks good. And exhale, as you bend, let your knees open to the sides and have a fist width between your big toes. So if you look down, you'd have a Pilates V in your feet. And exhale, squeeze. 1 more. And squeeze. Now you get to choose where you want to put your hands. If you need balance, go here. Hands at your chest. If you're really balanced and connected, you can go back to the right arm on top. We're going to plie, hold your plie down, lift your heels, keeping them together, straighten your legs, lower your heels. It's bend, lift, straighten, and lower. Bend. Lift your heels, keep them together though. I don't want any daylight between those heels. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. If you went for the stacked arms, switch the other arm on top. Now we're going to go the opposite direction where we go up, hold the heel lift, keep the heels squeezing together, then bend your knees, lower your heels, straighten your legs. Lift, bend, lower, straighten. Lift, bend, lower, straighten, lift, bend your knees, lower your heels, straighten your legs. Good work. Let's take wide Pilates V. Toes turned out, feet wider than your yoga mat. Sit up nice and tall with the chest. Arms are reaching down. And then scoop your arms out and press out. So we're going to get a stretch through the chest. As you bend your knees, I want you to feel those thigh bones sort of roll back. Your knees are pressing back to the wall behind you. Push down into your heels, lift, pull your kneecaps up and squeeze your glutes. And you should get a little stretch in through here. Inhale, slide down that imaginary wall. Knees are pushing back this way. Don't let them come in. And up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now that you've kind of lubed up your joints, go ahead and make it a little quicker and a little bigger. Watching the knee stays right over the ankle. Move your feet apart a little wider if you need to. Down, up, down, up. One more. Hold it down. Right arm comes to the thigh. Reach your left arm up and side arch over to the right. Inhale, arms swing around. Exhale, knees press back, and you're reaching, the bicep is over your head by your ear. Inhale, over to the side. Inhale, and exhale over. Bring those arms all the way through, windmilling to the hands to the knees, and twist. Look up to the ceiling. Inhale through, shoulders roll through. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, as you twist right, you're pushing your left hand into your left thigh, getting that stretch, and the other way, lifting your abdomen. One more to the right, and one more to the left. Come to the center, turn your toes parallel, tuck your tail, and slowly roll up. Bring your feet a little closer together, interlace your palms, grab your hands. Inhale, roll the chest back. As you exhale, we're going for a chest release. Soften your knees and let your head hang as your arms pull overhead, releasing that chest. Inhale. And exhale. If you can't get your hands and you have a kitchen towel or a hand towel handy, you can do the same thing, holding the towel. Inhale. And exhale, release your arms. Let them hang between your legs. Circle your head like in one direction, and then release, circle the other. Take a deep breath in, bend your left knee, bring your hands to your left foot, and pull your chest to that left knee. Inhale, let it float away a little bit, and then exhale, feeling that stretch in the left hamstring. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right side, bend that right knee slightly. Exhale, pull in over that right leg. Inhale, float. Exhale, pulling it in. Walk your hands to the center. Soften both knees. Curl your tail between your legs and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale the arms overhead. As you exhale, twist to the left and actively push all of your hands down towards your thighs until they're touching your body. Then inhale, bringing them up. Turn the other way. And like a corkscrew, push those hands down. One more each way. Arms come up, biceps by your ears, and you twist. Look over your shoulder as you press down. Inhale, bringing it up. And exhale, all the way down, hands down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Line your feet up right under your sit bones. We're going to go into our plank or walk down into plank series with the roll down. So you're going to inhale the arms up, biceps by your ears. And now pretend that all of a sudden your arms are 1,000 pounds and they're going to sink down, lowering those shoulders. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift and scoop your abdomen. Nod your head forward, soften your sternum, and feel your spine like a waterfall rolling down until your fingertips hit the ground. Soften your knees, walk your hands out. 1, 2, 3, and get into your plank or tabletop, or elbows and toes, or elbows and knees, or hands and knees. Lots of variations. So you choose your plank. We just get to fire up our core. So here's our checkpoints. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, make sure your skull hasn't dropped and your head is in line with your spine. Then think of your hands and start sliding your hands towards your feet. They don't move, but you want to get that sensation of sliding them down and spiraling them into the shoulder socket. Once your shoulders are firmed up, let's travel down to the ribs. You want to scoop your abdomen, pull the ribs together, lifting them up to the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes and reach through your heels. You want to kind of feel like you're going to pike or pull your toes towards your hands. One more huge breath in. Exhale, lift your hips high, go to your downward dog. Walk your hands back with soft knees. 1, 2, 3. Forward fold. Take a deep breath in. Let your head hang and then soften your knees and roll up. One vertebra at a time. Remember, any plank that you do is fine. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale. We do it again. Exhale. That waterfall rolls down, nodding the head, softening your sternum. Walk your hands out. 1, 2, 3. Line those thumbs up right under the center of your chest. In 1 second, activate it all like the lights turning on. Hold it here. So if you're on your hands and knees, the next thing we're going to do is bird dog, right? If you're on your hands and toes, we're going to cue it a little different. So think of that activation, sliding the hands apart, put all your weight into your palms and the ball mounts of your feet, tuck your tail, lift your ribs. Then you're going to just lighten the load on your right foot. Reach that right foot up to the ceiling with a straight leg. Don't let your hips drop. Tap the floor, lift the leg. Tap the floor, lift the leg. Tap the floor, lift. Set that foot down. We have the other side. Shift. Point that left toe. Keep reaching through your right heel. Squeeze that right glute. Lift the left leg. Bring it down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Set that foot down. Oh, thank God we can get their hips high. Take a rest. Soften your knees. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk it back. Forward fold. Tuck your tail and rolling it up. We're going to go into our side plank next. Breathe in and exhale. Take a little rest. Let the arms come down. Inhale. Exhale, arms up. Soften and roll down. Take a breath. Exhale, walking it out. Get into your plank. Again, it can be on your hands and knees. If you are on your hands, you're going to drop your feet to the side. So you're on the inside edge of your front leg, outside edge of your back leg. The left hand is right under the shoulder. And then you're going to push into that bottom hand and float up. You can have your bent leg and reach this way. So choose the side plank that's right for you. What we're trying to work on is that shoulder stability and hip side body strength. Breathe in. Exhale, look at the bottom hand. Switch. Shift your feet or go to the bottom knee, outside edge of a straight leg on top, and then reach, hold. Inhale, push the ground away. Lift your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, look at that bottom hand, roll to the toes or your knees again. Hold your plank for 1 second, then soften your knees and walk it back. Exhale, fold in. Soften your knees and inhale it up. Arms come up and exhale, hands to your heart. Let's take it to the top of the mat. I think everybody's pretty warmed up. Come to seated with your feet flat on the ground. Sitting up tall on your sit bones, we're going to start flexing our lower spine. So sit up tall like you're sitting up against a wall. Feel those sit bones. And these are our posture muscles. I remember when I was in yoga training, they said if you can't sit in meditation with an erect spine, it's just weakness from having bad posture. Inhale, let that chest rise. Head is in line with the shoulders over the hips. You're like a diamond perched on its point. Your sit bones are into the ground. Feet are hip width apart. Toes are down. Grab your thighs. Without hiking your shoulders up, you're just going to start spreading your shoulders. Pull the elbows away from your legs. As you do that, it helps you lift your chest. Breathe in, exhale, pull your abdomen in and scoop it. Breathe in. Exhale, tuck your tail between your legs. And as you're pulling those legs apart, you're trying not to get any shorter, but you're tucking your tail, roll behind your sit bones, and get into that C-shaped spine. Breathe in. Exhale. You're going to keep that C shape. Pretend somebody's pulling your head over your knees. When you get to your head over your knees, you inhale, sit tall with that erect spine again. Exhale, tuck your tail, roll back, pulling those thighs without letting them move. Breathe in, keep your feet down. Exhale, keep that C shape. Your abdomen's going this way, your head's going over your knees. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, tuck your tail. Breath of air. And inhale, over the knees, up to erect spine. Let's try it without the hands. Reach your hands out, grab that imaginary basketball. Arms are at shoulder height. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck your tail between your legs. You're reaching your hands without hiking your shoulders and roll back till you feel your work that you're choosing today. What's your task? How hard do you want those abs to work? Keep it safe. Breathe in. Keep that curl in your back as you exhale and twist, taking your imaginary basketball to the left. Inhale back, hands over knees, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. And exhale. If you need to come up higher, that's fine. We just want to get that deep ab work. Feel the work in the transverse and obliques. One more to the left on the exhale. Inhale, center. One more to the left. Inhale, center. Dive it forward over the legs. And inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Different variation, 3 times. We're going to tuck our tail, roll back again. Maybe we don't go as far in this one. Keep that low back, scoop the abdomen. As you exhale, float the arms up until your biceps are by your ears. Inhale, they come back down. Exhale, float it up, scoop your abdomen. Inhale, they come down. One more. Exhale, they go up. Inhale, they come down. And then bring it forward. Grab those thighs again. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Pull the legs apart and then tuck your tail and roll back. Pause, take a breath, lower your hands, spread those legs apart and roll down a little bit more. Pause, keep your feet on the ground. Exhale, roll back 1 vertebra at a time until your head is down. Bring both knees up and just take a pause here. Pull the knees into your chest. Take a huge breath. As you exhale, look to the left. Feel that nice stretch in your neck. Inhale, your nose will roll to the ceiling, and then exhale, look to the right. Inhale, eyes on the ceiling. And as you exhale, let's place your feet on the floor. Fingertips come to your abdomen. Inhale, And as you exhale, put your fingers on those bony hip bones that are facing the ceiling. And as you exhale, I want you to feel like you don't want your hip bones to touch your fingers. So you're pulling them down to the floor, rolling your tail between your legs till you're in a flat back position with your tailbone light on the ground. Then release that and come back to what we call neutral pelvis, where your pelvis is flat, parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in, let your ribs open, and then exhale. Pull the ribs down. Sink those hip bones down. Your tailbone gets light. And now bring your hands to your glutes and see if you can do it without your glutes firing. So breathe in. Exhale, roll your tail between your legs without squeezing your glutes. You should feel soft glutes, not hard. And use just the flesh between your hip bones, sternum bone, and pubic bone to get that imprinted low or flat back. Hold that flat back. Bring your right knee up to tabletop with the ankle as high as the knee and the knee right over the hip bone. So you're 90-90 at the hip and knee. Take a breath in, keeping that flat back and that imprint. Bring the other leg up to tabletop. Breathe in. Exhale. Focus on these ribs at the top, getting heavy and sinking down and in towards your midline. Your hands are resting lightly, fingertips on the abs, with your knees apart and your ankles in line with your knees in line with your hips. We're just going to lower that right leg a couple inches, not too far. Exhale, bring it up. The biggest mistake people make here, lower the left and bring it back up. The biggest mistake is that they bend the knee and just drop their foot down. Pretend your knee is in a cast and you're opening the hip joint, making it wider, and then pull from your abdomen to bring it back. So it's not a lot of movement. It's all concentrated right in these low abs. Lower the right leg. Exhale, sink your abs to pull it back up. Inhale, lower the left leg. Exhale, bringing it back. Now we're going to challenge the psoas. You're going to flex your feet. Keep your heels right in line with the hips, but drop your knees, turn them out. So we're back into a really big Pilates V position with your heels apart in line with the sit bones, abdomen pulling down. You're going to lower that right leg. Again, it's just like it's in a cast and you can only move from the hip. Pull the heel back up in line with the sit bones. Inhale, the left leg will lower. Exhale, pulling it back up. Inhale, the right leg. So everybody pick your head up and look. Are your heels in line with the hips? And is that heel lowering and lifting in that true motion? It's not going out to the sides. It's going right in line with those sit bones. One more on the right and one more on the left. Now hold it here. Point your toes. Bring everything back in alignment. Parallel feet. Keep your knees right where they are. Swing your feet wide. So now your toes are outside of your body and your thighs are internally rotated, like your knees are trying to look at each other. So everybody in the room here, take a look up. Your feet are here in parallel. Swing them out. That's it. It might feel like you're getting a stretch in that joint of the hip. Lower the right knee. Bring it back. Keep the internal rotation as you lower and lift. Imprint that low back as you lower and lift. Inhale, lower left. Exhale, lift just one more. And lift. Left lowers. Left will lift. Bring it all together. Squeeze your feet together. Flex them. Squeeze your knees together. Keep it at 90. Both legs are going to lower, but not go as far because this is harder to do without losing that imprint. And then pull it back, keeping your low back imprinted. Inhale, lower both legs an inch. Exhale, they come back. Inhale, they lower. Exhale, back. Two more. Squeeze those legs together. You shouldn't have any space between the legs. Both legs lower. Both legs lift. Both legs lower. Both legs lift. Relax. Pull the knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, open your knees up and pull both knees into your shoulders. And that should feel good on your low back as you pull those knees in. Take a big breath, release your abdomen, and then exhale. Engage your abdomen again and bring your feet down onto the floor, bent knees. Inhale, those arms are going to float overhead. And then exhale, float your arms back up. When your biceps get by your ears, bring your head along by kind of sinking your chin, nodding your head, and softening your sternum until you're curled up at the tips of your shoulder blades. From here, you're going to imagine you have balloons under your hands and pulling from under the armpit, press down, keeping that low back imprinted. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes are on your navel, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want, you can lift one leg up and exhale and come into your tabletop. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3. Keep reaching the hands to the bottom of your mat. If you want, you can straighten one leg up. The lower the leg, the harder it is. Don't lose that imprint in the low back. And then both legs can straighten or stay at tabletop, or even on the floor. You get to choose. We've got 4 more. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And squeeze the legs if you're up in exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel those ribs sink down. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. And exhale. Curl it up a little higher. Pull the knees in. Your head comes down. Grab those knees. Pull them in. Bring your arms wide to a T. Squeeze the knees together. Drop them to the left side of your body as your head turns right for supine twist. Inhale. Inflate the ribs on the right side up to the ceiling with your inhale, and then exhale. Let your bones be heavy. Inhale. This time as you exhale, pull your navel in, swing the knees up and over. Find the floor with your knees on the right side of your body, and your head will look left. Inhale. And exhale. Let your bones be heavy. Release any negativity into the mat. It doesn't serve you. Inhale. Let your ribs fan open. Exhale. Pull the ribs in. Squeeze the legs together. The legs come back up. Let's go ahead and straighten the left leg. Pull the left or right knee into your right armpit. Grab that shin of your right leg and pull it down into the hamstring. Then I want you to actively reach that left leg away and actively, with the right leg muscle, pull it up like your legs are trying to pull apart from each other. And then bring your hands in just to assist. If that's okay or too hard on your knee, you can grab under the thigh. Breathe in. Exhale, start circling that right ankle, making as big of a circle as you can with your right foot, then reverse. Big breath in, big breath out. Point and flex that right foot. See the ranges of motion. Feel your way through the ranges of motion with that right ankle. And then release that leg, grab under the thigh. You're going to flex your foot as that leg straightens to the ceiling. Then point your toe and bend the knee to bring the foot back down. Flex your foot, extend it up to the ceiling, point your toe, and bring it back down. Flex, straighten, point, bend. Keep that left leg grounded as the right leg reaches away, and then hold this one up there. Point the toe and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Now hold the flex in little pulses, pulling the toe down towards the floor 8 times. It's pulse, 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 pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the point. Walk your hands up a little higher, and now actively push that leg into your hands. Your shoulders might come up, and you're reaching your bottom leg away. Breathe in. As you exhale, sink your shoulders down again and take the leg with you so you get a bigger stretch. Breathe in. Now, as you exhale, use your right thigh muscles to pull that leg closer to your chest. Inhale, release it. Exhale, use the leg muscle to lift it closer. Your hands are along to just provide a little extra weight. One more. And then release. Keep your leg up there. And now let's think about the energy of your arms reaching down towards the bottom of your mat. Your left leg is pushing actively down into the floor, and your right leg is reaching up actively to the ceiling so that if you had a dog come and jump on your right leg, it wouldn't move. You'd be firm and rooted into that hip. From here, look down, actively look at your pelvis, and if you're short on the right hip between the ribs, I want you to lengthen that so that your pelvis is actually flat and not hiked up on one side. Once you've adjusted for that, you're actively reaching that straight leg up to the ceiling. Cross the midline to the left, bring it back straight up and down, then open it just 4 inches to the right. Bring it back to the center. So let's imagine we're drawing a line on the ceiling that is making a cross above our body. Swing it to the left. Inhale. Exhale, open to the right. One more. As we're doing this, can you keep your pelvis very, very still? Hold it straight up. Now, as you exhale, pull that straight leg towards your face, cross the midline, circle down, over to the side, and up. Again, up, over, down, around. In, over, down, around. Last one. Keeping your pelvis as still as you can, reverse that circle. Stirring the leg out to the side, down, crossing the midline and coming up. If you're getting clicking in your hip, try making your circle a little smaller. And then hold that. Walk your hands back up, give it one more big stretch. And then bend that knee, place it down on the ground. Pull your left knee in. Grab the shin bow of your left leg, pull that knee into your shoulder, and pull the shin down into the hamstring. Breathe in, reach that right leg away. Use the left leg muscle to help pull itself in and get that separation of opposition through the pelvis as one leg is going one way and the other leg is going the other. Circle that ankle. Inhale and exhale. Circle your left ankle the other way. Point that left foot, flex the left foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more. Hold the point. Shift your hands to behind the thigh and extend it up to the ceiling. Flex. Then point your toe, bend the knee back down. Flex the foot as you straighten the knee. Point and bend. Flex, extend. Point and bend. Flex, the leg comes up, point, the knee bends. One more. Holding it up there, point the toe and flex the toe. And then hold that flex, 8 pulses, the toes come down. 8, push the heel to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point that toe. Walk your hands up to as high as you can reach. Let your shoulders come up. Reach the legs away. The bottom leg is anchored. And then sink your shoulders down, taking the leg with you. Inhale, you can kind of let the leg reach away. And then exhale, actively pull with the thigh muscles of your left leg in towards your face as your right leg reaches away. Inhale. And exhale, flatten your abdomen. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Release that leg. Hands come down to your sides and slide them down your mat, anchoring your shoulders. Actively keep reaching that right leg down and away. Come up, check out your hip on that left side. If it's up next to the ribs, push that hip away. Pelvis is level, let your head come back down. Your foot is straight to the ceiling like a pencil. You're going to bring that foot across your midline over to my right. Inhale back to the center and then exhale to the left. Inhale center and exhale it crosses. Make sure your hips are not moving at all. If they are, make it smaller. Just warming up that hip socket. And side, inhale to side on the exhale. One more. Hold it right up in the center. As you exhale, pull it actively towards your face. Cross your midline. Circle it down, out to the outside of your body, back up. Exhale, pull it in, over, down, around. In, over, down, around. One more. Hold it up straight. Pull it into your face. Go to the outside of your body. It circles down and around. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold that leg up. Walk your hands up. Hang from your leg like you're hanging from a tree branch. Your shoulder blades are off of the ground. Look down your right leg and float that right leg up. Your low back should be imprinted into the mat. Your tailbone should be light. Breathe in. As you exhale, switch the legs, actively making them grow longer each time. And exhale and switch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the right leg away. Bend the left knee. You're going to pull in and push away on the knee at the same time. And then switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. One more on the right. One more on the left. Both knees pull in. Reach your hands. I know your necks are working. You're going to straighten the legs almost up to the ceiling, but slightly away at an angle as your hands come overhead, biceps to the ears. Then curl. Reach your hands. Pull the knees into your chest. Inhale, they open. Exhale it in. Inhale, open. Exhale it in. 2 more. And last one. Bring your head down. Open the knees. Bring your knees into your shoulders. Turn your head and look to the left. Make circles with your nose as you look to the left, and then reverse those circles, adding to the stretch. Roll your nose up till you're looking at the ceiling, and then over your right shoulder. Circle your nose as you look to the right, and exhale the other way. Breathe in. Cross those ankles, grab under your thighs, lift your head, and using your legs as momentum, make your rocking bigger and bigger until you're coming up to sitting with your legs long. Open your heels to the corners of your mat. Flex your feet and sit up nice and tall like you're up against a wall. So actively scoop your abdomen. Feel your shoulders glide down your back. Breathe in. If you need to, you can bend your knees a little. Arms are going to come up. Just like at the beginning of class, we're going to roll back, take a breath of air, then exhale, roll forward. When you get to your hands over your feet, keep your hands as high as your shoulders. Scoop your chest up and come back into a flat back. Tuck your tail, roll it back. Breathe in, exhale, curl it forward, reach past your feet or towards your feet, and then flatten your back and come up. One more. Tuck your tail, curl. Sniff of air, exhale, and inhale. We're going to reverse this. And flat back takes us back. Kind of we're hinging. Then you're going to curl, and in your curl, go forward, and then flatten it back up. Flat back takes us back. Tuck your tail, curl, and go forward. Flat back, hinge back, tuck your tail, and curl. Good. Inhale nice and tall. Bring your hands out. Let them just come in line with your shoulders, palms down on the floor. Lift your left arm. Bend your right elbow. Side arch. Feel that spine flex like you're between 2 planes of glass in the front and back. Inhale, come back up to T arms. Lower that left hand. Push down with the left hand as you reach up and over towards your left side. Inhale, both arms come to a T. Stack your spine. You're going to spiral to the right. Look at your back hand and pulse. 2, 3. Inhale, lift your chest. Keep your shoulders down and twist. 2, 3. Inhale and twist. 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 2, 3. Stay here, or if you're ready for saw, you're going to spiral, look at your back hand, and flip it to the ceiling so the palm is up. Left hand crosses past the leg and start curling your spine. Then reach forward till your pinkies touch, and then stack your spine back up. Twist to the left. Flip that back palm. Right pinky of the hand slides past the left pinky of the toe. Stack your spine, spiral to the right. Flip the palm, curl your spine, and dive forward. Stack your spine, twist, flip the palm, curl your spine, and dive forward. Stack your spine, twist, last one. Flip that palm, curl, and reach. Inhale, and twist, last one. Inhale, and arms come to the side of your mat. Kick your feet together until they're behind you. Come to your abdomen and let your forehead come down onto the backs of your hands with your elbows wide. So I'm going to take a moment, and you guys please take a moment to just be limp and be all saggy and loose, right? So as we're inhaling, just notice how when you go face down, when you inhale, your ribs move a little different. You get more movement in those back floating ribs. So enjoy that. On your next inhale, take as much air in as you can. And then exhale it all out and let your bones just drop. Okay, so there is our foundation of sagginess right there. We're going to build up from there. As you inhale, I want you to ground your pubic bone by tucking your tail between your legs. And your feet are open slightly, so they're making a V shape at the bottom of your body. Keep your tailbone tucked so that your pubic bone is your anchor. And from there, I want you to pull your abdomen away from the floor. Okay, so if I'm not cueing that, whether I say it or not, that's what's happening the rest of the time that we're down here. Breathe in, keep that abdomen lifted. Exhale. Now we're going to see what we can do with our abs lifted. So inhale. First thing we're going to do is slide your legs away. Make them as long as you can. And you can already feel your posterior line working, right? So you're pushing the tops of your feet down into the ground and reaching them away, keeping your abdomen away from the floor. Maybe your glutes are firing. Breathe in. As you exhale, keep your elbows down, but float your head up without dropping your abdomen. Keep your ribs lifted as that head comes up just a few inches until your skull is in line with the spine. From here, turn and just look over your right shoulder. Don't drop your ribs. Exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder. Inhale. Do it again on your exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your head back down. Don't lose the drop. Keep your abdomen lifted. As you exhale, float your forehead, hands and elbows up, and then bring it down. As you exhale, you're lifting your ribs away from the floor, anchoring through the tops of your feet. Float your elbows, head, and hands up like they're all glued together, and then inhale, they come back down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. From here, pull your feet together. Now lift, anchoring your pubic bone, lifting your ribs. If that starts pinching in your low back, you can create space between your legs again. If this is all right, reach your right hand back, bend that right knee, and try to grab your right foot so that you can pull that right heel into your glute. If you need to, grab a towel or a strap And we're just going to let that right thigh muscle stretch. Don't lose your lift in your abdomen. Exhale. So your pubic bone is still anchored. You're squeezing that right glute. Try to bring your knees together so they're touching, but keep lifting the ribs away from the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, if you want, slide that right thigh longer and lift the knee off of the ground as you push that ankle of your right foot into your right hand and the shoulder slides back. Inhale and exhale, release, pull the heel in a little more, and then set that foot down, switching sides. Right hand comes under your forehead, bend the left knee, grab that ankle, anchor your pubic bone, lift your ribs, squeeze that left glute, and when you're ready, if you want, lengthen through that left thigh and try to lift the knee up off of the floor slightly. And exhale. Keep your pubic bone anchored, your ribs up. And then pull that leg in and release. We're ready to work right and left. So again, whether your legs are squeezing or slightly apart, anchor your pubic bone. Let's float your head up so it's in line with your spine. It's not touching your hands anymore. Your chest is slightly lifted, but you're still anchoring that pubic bone. Kick your right heel in twice and then straighten it. The left heel comes in, 1, 2, and straighten. Do that without dropping your ribs. Keep them lifted. Anchor that pubic bone. 2 more on the right. Left, straighten. It's kick, kick, straighten, kick, kick, straighten, and hold. Turn your head to the right. Left ear comes down to the mat. Hands come behind, or grab between the forefinger and thumb, that webbing of your right hand or left hand. Set your hands into the small of your back and let your ears sink into the mat. It's a nice stretch. From here, squeeze your legs together, anchor your pubic bone, and kick your heels in 3 times. It's 1, 2, 3. Straighten the legs, float them up, roll your shoulders back, push your chest forward to the top of the mat, turn your head to the left, sink your right ear down, kick your heels in 1, 2, 3. Extend, reach, and turn, and kick. 2, 3, and reach, and turn, and kick. 2, 3, reach, extend, push your chest forward, and turn, and kick. 2, 3, reach it away, and last 1, 2, 3, reach, extend, and coming down. Turn to your left side, stacking your hips, supporting your neck. Right hand is in front of the ribs. Let's bend your knees and put your heels right in line with your sit bones. And again, your head can be down on the ground, in line with your neck. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips, they're perpendicular. And again, it's Pilates, so we don't get to rest. We have to lift those bottom ribs, activate that bottom line of your body. From here, open the knee to the ceiling as you exhale, and then inhale, it closes. So your heels are in line with your sit bones. You open and close like a clamshell. Just keep your bottom ribs lifted. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Hold that. Kick your legs forward into your banana shape. So your legs are at the front corner of the bottom edge of your mat. Your ribs are lifted. And from here, float that top leg up. Keep it as high as your hip. Pretend somebody has it and they're pulling it away. That gets your hip out of your ribs. Work from here. Swing that leg forward at hip height and then swinging it back. Don't let your hips move as the leg comes forward and back. It's anchored. Forward and back. Changing to a bicycle, swing that leg back, keeping it straight. When it gets to full extension, bend the knee, Kick it forward, flex the foot, and then it swings back. Bend, kick, and swing. Hold it here, reverse. Point the toe, extend the leg, keep it straight as it comes forward. Again, your foot is as high as your hip. And last one. Hold that foot, stack it over the other one. Turn the knee to the ceiling, tiny circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, reverse. Don't let your hips move. And from here, drag your big toe up the inner thigh, pulling the knee to your shoulder. Then extend that leg to the ceiling, flex your foot, close your legs. Point the toe, the knee comes in, extend, and push it down. Inhale, and exhale, reverse. Straight leg goes up, bend the knee, point the toe, it slides down the bottom leg and up. And exhale, keep that good steady breathing. Monitor those ribs, don't let them drop down even as the leg comes up. And hold, bring that top leg in front of your hips, grab hold of the ankle, swing the back leg back, and lift and lower that bottom leg. 4, 5, 6, and then hold. That top leg extends. Lift the top leg, bottom leg joins it, bring it down. Float the top leg, float the bottom leg, and lower. Last one. And roll over onto your other side. Come into your clamshell on this side, stacking your shoulders, stacking your hips. The heels are in line with your sit bones. Head is in line with your neck. Exhale, create that mouse house by lifting the bottom ribs, keeping your head in line with your spine. Exhale, open the knee. Inhale, it closes. Exhale, it opens and closes. Feel that isolation in the hip muscles. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Both legs straighten into your banana shape. Kickstand the bottom leg. Float that top leg up, and then sink the hip away from the ribs, feeling that length. Swing the leg forward and back. So you might feel a little different on this side. You might have greater or less range of motion. Just get to where you can feel you're moving within your capability. Swing that leg forward, bend the knee, extend it back into your bicycle, and it comes forward, bend, reaching it back. Anchor the shoulders, anchor your ribs by lifting them off the ground, then pause, reverse. The straight leg comes back, bend the knee, kick it in front, straighten the leg with a flexed foot, point the toe as you come through, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Hold that leg, point the toe, circle the leg, little tiny circles in the hip socket, and reverse. Hold that straight leg, drag the big toe up your inner thigh, knee comes in, extend to the ceiling, flex the foot, and bringing it down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more. Reverse, straight leg kicks up, point the toe, bend the knee, bringing it out. As you straighten that leg, try to get it longer than the bottom leg, and then kick it up. As you bend the knee, you're going to pull that knee into your shoulder, then lower the foot and hold. Bring that top leg in, place the foot in front of your hips, lift and lower the bottom leg, keep your bottom ribs off the ground, support your head with your hands. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stack your feet. Hand comes in front of your ribs. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, lower them both down. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, make that leg longer than the bottom one, and then lower it down. Last one. And hold. From here, let's roll onto your backs. We're getting to the end of class. You guys should be feeling pretty good right about now, I'm hoping, and ready for the day like you've worked already. Heels in line with your sit bones. Hands flat, palms down by your side. Inhale, let the ribs spread open, and then exhale, slide your hands down your mat. As you do that, flatten your ribs, flatten your abdomen, slide your shoulders down. From here, start pushing your heels down and let your hips come up to the ceiling. And keep lifting up into your glute bridge until your hips are higher than your ribs. Your ribs are engaged and pulling into the midline. Breathe in. Slide your hands down towards your feet as you exhale. Lift it higher. And then soften and start coming down, folding at your hips. When your hips hit the ground, take a breath in. Exhale. Engage the abs. Push your heels down. Push your heels like you're trying to push them through the floor. Squeeze your glutes so that your hips go to the very highest altitude that they can. Stay here. Squeeze those glutes. Now inhale your arms overhead until they're lying on the ground above you. This time as you exhale, tuck your tail between your legs. Soften your sternum. Keep tucking your tail and let your ribs come down before your tailbone comes down. Once your tailbone hits the ground, inhale, your arms come back next to you by your hips. Tuck your tail and rolling it up. Hips go back up into your glute bridge. Get them higher than your ribs. Inhale, your arms come overhead. Line, put them on the ground above you. Exhale, keep your arms there as you soften your sternum, tucking your tail. Curl that spine down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, your hands come back to your side. Exhale, tuck your tail. Push the heels down. Last one. Inhale, your arms overhead. Keep rolling your tail up to the ceiling between your legs as you soften your sternum. Get the ribs to travel before your ribs come down or your hips come down. And then once they touch, arms come back by your side. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Reach between your legs and grab that right thigh with each hand. Pull the knees in as your feet flex. Breathe in. You're in a figure 4 stretch and you're pulling the legs in towards your chest. One more big breath. Exhale, bringing it in. Release the leg. Keep your legs crossed though. And then open the arms. Drop your left foot to the outside of your right body into a figure 4 twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, pull the abs in, the legs swing back up. Switch, left foot comes to the ground, right ankle crosses over left thigh. Thread the needle, grab that left thigh. Knees are bent as you pull the legs into your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, pull it in a little closer. I'm using my right elbow as leverage to push that right knee away, making the stretch a little bigger. Then that foot comes down, arms go back out to a T. Drop the right foot over to the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release it all into the ground. Then roll it back up to the center. Place your feet on the ground. Extend your legs and bring your palms down to your hips with your palms open to the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just drop your toes open to the corners of your mat. Palms are open. Now inhale. Feel that rush of cool air in. As you exhale, soften your forehead. Let your eyes sink down into their sockets. Soften the front of your neck, the back of your neck. Inhale, feel your ribs open. Exhale, let your abdomen, low back, legs, and feet sink. So we're sealing our practice in with our breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, exhale any shortcomings or negative ideas you have about yourself. And then inhale some positive light and energy. All right, good work today, you everybody. Staying in your position as long as you want. But that was an hour today, so we're going to give a little space. And then inhale when you're ready and come up to standing.